Alright, welcome back to the league race this time with round number 5 for FTRL around Bahrain. And apologies, this has been a little bit delayed. Uh, Various trips and illnesses have kept me from actually getting round to this. So updates have been a little slow from that point of view. So it's been pretty rough. But getting round to it now finally. So hopefully the plan is to have this out being FTRL round number 5 Bahrain today being Wednesday. TTML round number 3 or 4, whatever it is, Austria tomorrow, and then FTRL Australia on Friday, and then hopefully by the weekend, then with TTML being on Friday, we should be set. Anyways, we're at Bahrain. This is the setup. This is the first race post patch, so thankfully, well, the curves are a little bit less devastating here, but yeah, still not great. I would describe the build. Anyway, here's my best lap in qualifying. It's not too bad. I think the best time I did was a 26 flat in practice. So, anyways, there you go. Good enough for P13, which look, that's not too bad in FTRL. I've qualified much lower, certainly. So happy to take something decent. Look, decent grid spot there. You can start on mediums. You could try the actual soft or the mediums hards this time, rather than how that went down in TTML. So there you go. Very straightforward. This setup is actually a little bit different. Again, I think everyone's figuring out kind of setups post patch if they differ at all. This track wasn't. Again, the performances are a little bit. The times rather, I should say, a little less than they were. But hey, it's just adjusting to. But there's a setup, anyways, in case you missed it. So, anyways, then here we go. 29 laps around Bahrain. 5 red lights. And away we go. It's a decent start. Very decent start, I thought, actually, for my standards. So, heading down towards turn 1. Nice little space. We're going to use the racing line. Zip to the outside. There's lag and all sorts of things going on. There's Dylan's got some issues. So, holding station, basically. Or we made a place on Tom, I think, who was disconnected. Lots of action in front, so just again, we're in a nice little spot, not under any pressure from anyone behind. Taking the tighter line here on the exit of turn number 3. Or turn 4, whatever it is. But nothing really doing. Then someone's lag sent Tico absolutely. I think it was Chris, or if, I don't know who it was, but Tico got sent to oblivion anyways. It looked like. So we're just side by side here. These are the back end a little bit there, and Tico will actually get back in front. So it must have been Chris. I think must have been the one that got sent to oblivion. I thought it was Tico for a sec. Anyways, so we're in P12 then after all of that. So not too bad for an opening lap, I suppose. Just trying to settle in. Always, again, these first laps, just by feeling the track out. We've got Tico and Adam in front, Scuba and Dan on mediums around. So that's where we're at. We're going to let this first lap run, though, to its duration. So, look, post-patch, I haven't really had too many difficulties, I guess. The curbs, being able to take the curbs is nice now. A little nicer than before, anyways. Because, yeah, not particularly great. See, when we saw that as well when we did TTML around here as well. But anyways, we'll stick with this actually, because heading down towards the end of lap 1 here, Tico's going to have a look on Adam. I'm just holding station here to Scuba as well, so nothing really doing here for the moment. So Adam's going to, or I think Tico's going for the move rather. On Adam, and he's going to get himself promptly swiped, it looked like. So I couldn't help but laugh when this was happening at the time, though, because, yeah, just another incident between those two, isn't it? Yeah, anyways, he pulls over to the side, I assume, to let Tico go, so fair play for that. So that's 2 positions we make up there, and move up to the 10th place, with Scuba being in 11th. And another place picked up there as Dutch spins. His title challenge is already falling apart here, so yeah, he is off, and that's another position gained. People are having some issues with the back end, so again, just gotta do what you gotta do to get to the end of the race, man. Gotta go slower sometimes to go faster. I keep telling you. Anyways, this is lap number. I think it's lap number 4. You're gonna see Scuba overtake. I'm not gonna fight this again. Pick and choose my battles here, you know. Plus he had DRS anyway, so he's gonna make that move. So that's us into P10 then after, yes, because Dutch obviously spun. So yeah, settling in. Got Dan and Oscar behind. Oscar reserving, I believe, from Div 2. So we're going to move on to lap number 5, where we're actually keeping decently pace here with Scuba, but he's going to disconnect soon enough. Yarham, though, is another spinner in front. So Yarm's going to spin and another position gain from that. So we're making good places here. Just keeping the car in a straight line. Again, do what you got to do, man. Keep that car in a straight line. Just get to the flag. That's all you need to do, man. Just do what you have to do to get to the flag. And the rest will take care of itself. Here we go then. Lap number 8 then. See, I was surprised at this stage I was keeping pace with them, to be fair. I was feeling like an overtake might have been coming soon, but lags out there. So his car didn't ghost for me. I think it did. Dan said it ghosted for him. I couldn't take the chance. So, you know, I have to go through there. What a great game this is, really. So anyways, we're up with a position into P7. Then a couple of people I think have made their stops from soft, so there is that as well. But we're still in a decently, top 10 spot here, so that's not too bad at all. Lap number 9, this kind of began a kind of DRS back and forth between me and Dan. And I think as we got into this, and we didn't plan this, but basically we just ended up I guess, mutually benefiting from each other's DRS, basically. So we just went back and forth for these next few laps. And that was nice because when Scuba rejoined, he was out of DRS and Oscar dropped back. I think Oscar spun. So myself and Dan kind of in this race on our own here, essentially on these mediums up here. And yeah, this, again, lap number 10, just back and forth. Our pace was quite similar as it turned out. Although I think if I didn't have DRS, I think he may have been able to slip away, to be fair to him. So yeah, but again, back and forth, just, we're getting, again, lots of people spinning out and the such, so we're getting to the closer end of our stint as well. So yeah, we're just benefiting from the straight line speed, essentially. So again, we didn't plan this going in, absolutely not. But just how the race really unfolded in the end. And again, lap 10. If I could have shaken them, I would have. I didn't deliberately just fall back and like, hey, have DRS every lap. I know. If I wanted to, if I could pull away, I would have tried to. And I'm sure Dan would have felt the same way. So, because I feel like eventually at a certain point, when you go back and forth like this, eventually there's bound to be some sort of miscommunication or something ends up happening and you end up having an accident. I've seen it happen before. So, you do have to try and kind of talk your way through this kind of stuff. And again, hang on to lap 12. ERS wasn't too bad here. Again, I had to use a bit to get off the corner. So again, just trying to make the best of it. And another move then back and forth we go. And this is now for the lead of the race. But of course, that has to do with the fact that other people have made their stops. And we have not, as well as Scuba and Oscar. I think Yarm possibly as well. Not too sure about Yarm there. No, it looks like he's made his stop already. Maybe after his spin. So anyways, moving on then to lap number 13. Again, we went back and forth here. I was kind of wondering, I was like, do I go for the early jump here in the stops, or what do I do? Because I was thinking, I was wondering, what would Dan do as well in the same vein? Would he, because one of us we had to pit eventually. So, I mean, this was the lap, I believe, where our pit window was open, but I felt fine to carry on. We got some good gaps. The gap to Scuba is basically the same. But he did end up retiring to Scuba. I believe he crashed at turn 12, and the safety car was deployed for said accident, and that worked out great for me and Dan. Absolutely fantastic timing on that. So we can't go for mediums, but we can definitely go for hards and go to the end of the race, and it's right in line with our pit window. So that worked out a right treat, to be fair. So we're going to box for the hards. I know you can take soft. I know I took softs a fair amount on in TTML, but if we were 3 laps later or something, or even 2 laps later, I think possibly that may have been the way to go. But alas, we were not. This did allow other people to put on mediums again. So if you did softs or something, then this would have benefited you. Or if you had a crash or something early and paid for hards, then this would have also benefited those on that as well. So because I think mediums would have definitely been the right tire to be on for this end stint. But of course, we already used the medium compounds. We haven't used any other compounds, so we can't. That's part of the rules. You can't use the same compound. You have to use 2 different compounds. So that's why we're on the hards. And look, the hard is not a terrible tire around here. To be fair, it's not too bad. Anyways, getting ready to go racing once again. We've got Dan in 4th. I'm in 5th. There's plenty of people with pace behind, like Funky Fox and Dutch and etc. etc. So I knew this was going to be a difficult one to hold. But we'll give it our best shot anyways. Away we go. Carnage back behind though. I think Sway got caught up in the stop-start nature of stuff. A very late restart there. Nice early in the brakes, just in case things popped off in front. Phone. Williams goes absolutely flying across the screen. Dan gets a squiggly run. He didn't get as hard as the temperature. I was able to get mine at a decent temperature. On his outside, I get the move done around the outside there. So up a spot into fourth place with that. Yeah, that was crazy, man. That Williams went absolutely flying. That was wild stuff. So it's going to move on then to lap number 16. And this is where kind of the party kind of starts. I knew I couldn't hold this place. I don't have the pace to do so, but this is where it starts. So my teammate, I'm not going to fight him. Look, here's the thing: you have to pick and choose your battles here. There are some battles I will choose to fight. Others I don't think are my best interest to fight. So, you know, I pick the fights that I pick, and I get to the end of the race. That's all I want to focus on. So, you know, there are people I won't fight because it doesn't make sense, or I won't fight out of respect. So, anyways, Dan is charging along with DRS. He's flying by. Nothing I can do about this. So he's going to get that move done. I've got Funky Fox and Dutch behind me as well. So there goes one place. Ox is already pissed off 3 seconds up the road there. 2 cars behind me. I'm going to get a little sandwich here. So I'm just going to try and break as late as I can in the middle, trying to defend this position. And yeah, Dutch gets through. Bit of contact. I kind of nudged me wide just a little bit, and then Funky Fox got through in the same vein. I wouldn't have been able to keep those positions anyway, but I wanted to try and fight that one. I wasn't feeling ready to give up that place just there. So, anyways, he goes through. Adam is up next. He goes for a bit of a dive, bit of contact. I was not very happy with this at the time because it kind of compromised me coming off of this run. And I would have wanted to defend this one against Chris, and I did try move across a bit, but yeah, he just got the better run on me. So I was pissed off at the moment about that contact into turn 1 there. That kind of no damage. I had to briefly check for damage there. So lap 24. I think this is where. So Adam's going to completely. The horrible entry into the pits as he retires, but then this is where Oscar's going to get me then with DRS as well, and I can't fight that. Like I can't fight that. So bit of a reality check here, I have to say. I didn't expect to be passed by Oscar there, but anyways, there we go. Shows you what my pace is like, and yeah, lap 25. I was pretty annoyed because there's not a lot of penalties going around. I'm like, yeah, this is where we're at, isn't it? So yeah, not great, but bit of league racing savvy here. I got a good run on Oscar here. I'm pretty happy with this because I lined this up all the way. Good slipstream, DRS. I'm closing, but not close enough to make a move, so I sell the dummy. He ends up leaving the space thinking I was going to try and put my car there. He compromises his exit out of turn 1. Pressure building from behind. He can't handle it, and he goes round. And he crashed, and honestly, like, I felt... Look, a wry smile was on my face afterwards. So I just... I don't get to do people too much with my pace, but when I can get them with my smarts and my experience, that definitely pleased me. I would have overtaken them anyway heading up the hill, regardless if he had crashed. So, yeah, I felt pretty good about that. Chris's mediums died here at the end. One more lap, one more straight, I think I could have had him. But look, it's going to be I think it's P9 after the after Dutch had his 5-second penalty removed. So, look, not too bad. It could have been better. We're in a good place there, but I just couldn't. My pace just wasn't there to compete. So, yeah, look, we got to the flag, and that's what matters in the end. So, yeah, points finish. Can't complain with that. Here are the standings as they were after Bahrain. You can see where we are on the table there. So going well so far. Apart from that shitter in France, it's been a decent season so far. Just picking up those top 10 finishes, and that's all you can do really. And you can see we're fighting Sway. We're fighting the likes of Dan, who's quite close as well. So good scraps emerging here throughout the field. And the constructors, you can see there, Alpine kind of falling to the wayside a little bit there after our hot start. So I would guess that title is going to go to the McLaren boys, being Lynx and Funky Fox. They're a good quick pair. I think they're consistent. Their results and pace, I think, will get themselves better than Tom and Dutch, I think. But there you go. That's going to do it for round number 5 of FTRL, being Bahrain. Next up is Australia. Oh, God. Horrific stuff. So, yeah. Until next time.